what goes on in Arkansas, Little Rock that is, you still make time to hang out with me, and I so appreciate it.
Man, today was a rough day, brother. We've got issues in our with our floor in our bathroom, and I got into it. And it ended up being just it's like a 2 week project. So, worked until I just couldn't work no more, and said I got to get this. But the stream shed is sitting at about 100 degrees, so I had to make shift. So I'm doing it here in my wife's studio with my trusty 2015 MacBook Pro. So if I look a little fuzzy, it's the old MacBook.
Tell me what else you got set up there. So is that the MacBook webcam?
Yeah, I mean it's a MacBook Pro from
MacBook Pro.
20, yeah, from like I think it's a 2013 or 2015. It's old.
So how you lighting yourself?
It's with a little cheap
I love it.
ring light that I got at Best Buy.
Brant,
And audio was this really cool device. Let me put it up straight. Irig Lab that we're going to talk about tonight. And in a pinch, this lavalier. And you said you couldn't hear. I've got a ceiling fan on here because it's a little hot today. And you said it wasn't bothering, so it's a win for the lapel.
I love it. I love it. So we always talk about this, Brent, trying to help people that are new into the space. I understand that they don't need to spend $1 billion to kind of get started.
Yeah.
You're using
I have to look at the pricing, but we'll talk about that later. But I think the other thing that I realized was I was frustrated. It was hot. I've been working all day. I was just going to call you. There's about 3 times I was going to call and say, I'm done. I can't do it. But I found a way,
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not my lights. It's not my background. It's not it's not perfect, but you just got to go live. We made a commitment.
A lot of times, Brant, when we go live, we're talking about a particular topic, okay? We're talking about going live, how to go live, or something that's happening in the industry. And a lot of times that has nothing to do with our everyday lives. And our everyday lives are more important sometimes than the technology. It's more important that what happened with Apple this week. How are your kids doing? How are you doing with your wife? How is the job going? All those other things are, to me, are more important than the newest and latest and greatest technology piece. Does that make sense?
You're right. It does make sense. I mean, I think last Sunday was my father's 78th birthday. Your son's birthday was that Saturday. We were having to jostle some things around, but we made it work. And if you're out there trying to do this for a living, going live, and you're working 2 jobs, and have a family, we feel you. You got to carve out a little bit of time for yourself, but things get in the way. And so hopefully technology will help you.
Right.
When you're down and out and you have some of this cool technology like the lav mic to get you out of a problem.
So do you think it's important for people to be thinking about how functional or not functional their setup is? Because if it's hard to get going, if you got 1 billion lights to set up, if you got 20 slides to get together, and you have life going on, it just makes it even more difficult to go live.
Well, I think I think you want to do that. You want to be prepared. But I think what happens is you have to have your ego. What I had to check my ego and say, I really wanted to be on this show tonight because of our guest. And just because that wasn't perfect, just because I don't have my regular MV7, just because I don't have my lights in the background, you got to be humble at some point and just say it's important that you're there and go live.
That being said, it's important for the blind guy, his wife, their life to be on with us tonight, and I appreciate you guys checking in. He can't figure out his lavaliers so that he can hear them and they can hear him. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We'll get it figured out. And Kathy, so very glad for you to hang out with us tonight. So no matter where you're from today, check in with the stream show. Strick and Brant, we would love to hear from you today. So it's really, really cool.
One of the things is you should probably always have a backup plan, have backup equipment. Live from your phone. We're going to talk about some cool stuff that Strick has from his phone, so we'll talk about that later. And we're down in 4, 3.
Here we go.
2.
Here we go. It didn't go anywhere.
I was
We go to
I was
work.
waiting for the transition. I was doing
Yeah, I was
my
waiting for it to
Handy the
go.
business.
Dude, where's
Let's
the
go.
ZZ Top move? Like, what's up?
Yeah, it's not happening today. They decided, hey, I don't want to go to that next scene. Guess what? I'm not going to make you today. I'm not going to make my computer do it today. We are here. We are moving. My name is Strick. He is
Brant, and we are the Stream Guys, and we are live no matter what it takes. Right?
that guy. He is Brett, and we are here. And thank you, Charles Jackson, for hanging out with us as well. So glad that he could make it happen with us. And you know what, Brent, we have, I don't know how many shows this is, but it gets better and better. And I feel like we get comfortable with each other doing this show to where we're not so uptight. Like, we want to be sure that the audience knows that you don't have to stream uptight, and you could be professional and you could be loose all at the same time.
That's one thing we've always said. I've said that I've did 20 years of live TV, and what it makes, everything that will go wrong or could go wrong will go wrong 5 minutes just before you go live. And how you handle that 5 minutes is what makes you a professional, right? You've got to get on. You've got to, we had some issues with one of your shows I was helping you with this week on some audio, right? And we just eliminated some issues. We figured it out before you went live. And that's just something that you have to get experience with, know your equipment, know all your plugs, your cables, your roadcaster, all the inputs, because you just never know. You might have a huge interview like we do tonight with, somebody of great importance, and you want to be there and, not let anything stop you.
Right. So Charles is saying in the comments, if it's a difficult process, not only may you not go live, but you may forget something when you do. And you want to definitely cut down the steps. You want to cut as much as you can. And with the experience, we all get better with it. That being said, we have a great show lined up for you today. I am excited about our guest today, Brant. We've been able to meet and interview a lot of people on this show. And this guy is kind of like, how you want to say it? The trifecta? Should we give him like the trifecta?
Yeah.
Like he not only is he a rep for a media company, and we're going to talk about some of their products today. He has his own YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about his interviews on his YouTube channel that I absolutely love. But man, he's downright a great guy, So a lot of times, sometimes people won't have all three, but this guy has all three.
I agree. He's got it all.
So without further ado, Brant, let's just bring him on. We get a chance to talk about his setup. We will do the Ecamm Live behind the stream with him. Get a chance to see what his setup looks like, and also talk about, again, the products that he represents, and look at his YouTube channel. So without further ado, everybody, welcome with me, Mr. Derrick Floyd. Come on, y'all. There he is. I got him, sir. Thank you so very much for your patience, man, hanging out with us today. And you have been absolutely patient with us, and thank you so very much for that.
I'm telling you, like Brent, because I was rushing to get home because I wanted to make sure I was on time because I was with the wife. So I'm like, look, baby, I gotta go. We gotta get back. Went to the movies today. I'm like, look, I got this stream to do. So I feel you, Brent. Sometimes crazy stuff goes on, but you got to get home and get her done, right? So we are here making it work.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that and making time for us, because I just, when Strick talked to me, he was like, yeah, I'm going to get Derrick on. He's this, he's that. We're talking about IK Media. And I watched some of your shows, and I was totally impressed. I watched a full hour of your podcast, because I was like, it was so interesting, and it was, your guests are amazing. I started going back through the catalog, to look at some of your stuff.
I sure do appreciate that, man. The channel is a labor of love, just like you guys are doing. And I started my YouTube channel, the Beautiful Now Project, just as something to give back, to pour something positive back into the planet, because we all know everybody, quote unquote, bitches when it's bad, but no one does anything when it's good. So my thing was, let's pour something back that's good. Let's put something back in there to keep people positive. And the whole point of my channel is to encourage people to live their beautiful moment now, because that's all you got. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here. So your now is the most beautiful moment you'll ever have. So all my content is pushed toward that space to encourage you. So I hope you enjoyed that.
So
I
that
did.
being said, I didn't know where we would put it inside the show, but we might as well just take a look at some of the site right now, right? So I actually have it up. I'm streaming through NDI using my iPad, and man, what a great banner! You have all of your videos listed up here. Brant, tell us the one you watched that was really insightful for you.
I watched the one with Boys to Men, and I thought that was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Boys to Men fan.
So you got to go back, Strick. Go back to the
Yeah.
Chasing the Impossible section, interviews. Click that Chasing the Impossible interviews, and you'll see a drop down for all of them.
There you go.
Go back. Nope. Go back up. You're going the wrong way.
Am I going up or down?
Keep going. Okay,
There it is.
Hit where it says Chasing the Impossible interviews right there. Hit that.
There you go.
And then you'll see a list.
Yeah.
And
So
all
when I was
these
looking
people
through some of these people,
have
you like Sinbad, but it was Sean Stockman was the one that I had to watch because I'm a huge Boys to Men fan, and I just really, here's what I loved about the show is you guys were honest, talking about where he was with life, COVID, how they're getting through it. It wasn't. I mean, it was just like two guys talking, like you guys have been friends forever. So it was really amazing to get the insights, some of the things that he's done and is doing. And I thought, like, hey,
thank you so much.
If Sean can go gray, then I can go gray too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm rocking my gray. Wifey likes gray, so I'm with you 100% on that. And
Man,
all those interviews are the very same. I talk to those people and let them share their story. The whole point of the Chase the Impossible segment is to say, hey, these successful people have reached their quote-unquote impossible, and it wasn't a straight line. There's things that happen to all of us, and I have them share their story so other people that are trying to get their impossible can feel like, hey, if they can do it, then I can do it. And everybody's the same, man. People, successful, not successful, or quote-unquote whatever success is, let's put that out there. But we're all the same, man. We all go through the same stuff, the same hurts. And I think people really appreciate watching their quote-unquote superstar or their celebrity talk plainly because they're just like us, man,
My daughter's 17 and she sings and she wants to go to college to do music. And we've done some Ecamm sessions where we were live on Facebook and got her to buy me a coffee. Always trying to encourage her to go on TikTok. She's doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted her to watch was when Sean said, you guys have more today with your phone than I had. And he was like, just put stuff out. Produce, content. And that was really eye-opening to me,
Yeah. I love that he shared that. And we're going to talk about it more through the episode. But like he said, your phone is way more powerful than the computers they had at the space shuttle back in the day. Your phone can do just about anything. And when you feel like, oh, I got to go buy all this equipment to make a good segment or to make a good podcast. No, you don't. You really don't. You can do it all with your phone without anything else if you really did it right. But we have some tools we'll talk about today that are under $200 that will give you everything you need to make that work. And I know you guys say this, and I say it a lot too. It's not the equipment; it's the content you're giving. Is it quality?
That is true.
Is it real? Are you saying something of value? Because you can put on a phone and say something of value, and it'll go viral. You didn't have to have the lights and all that. You just said something that of value to someone, and boom. So it's not always about the lights, even though that stuff's important. Say something of value. Say something with content.
I absolutely love that. And making content right now in 2021 is a big thing. Like everybody's a content creator right now.
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
And I love the fact that people feel comfortable in doing it. But we have people that don't understand some of the basics to it and what equipment to get. We're working with some people right now, and I really do feel like Irig Multimedia, your company, is helping those new content creators that are getting to the space for the first time.
Yeah.
I will say this, Brant, please back me up with this. If you're a new content creator and you never had a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, please don't buy one until you start creating with your cell phone.
Yes.
Man.
100%.
I mean, if you look at, I did Vlogmas with my iPhone. With the iPhone XR, I edited everything on LumaFusion. At the time, I did have I had it for work. It was a Shure MV88 Plus. Great microphone. Nobody even really knew until I said that I was on my phone, knew that I was on my phone.
Right.
And I've been in the video production game for a lot of years, and there's this thing about egos and about, having the best gear. But, I've shot everything from Super 8 to, iPhones to, $100,000 cameras. It doesn't really matter, because if you have a script and you have content and you have the interview, I've been live, protested. Our we're a big protest family. So, you're marching with Black Lives Matter and you're live with doing an interview with your phone, because I used to work in TV news, and I'm sitting with my phone next to three TV crews, and I'm getting the same footage they are, except I'm probably getting more impact because I've got people following me and chatting, and we're talking about it. So, these phones, and I don't know if you know this, but the young lady that last week Pulitzer Prize did nomination, or they did all the awards for all the journalism, and the young lady that filmed George Floyd's death, they gave her a special recognition and award for a Pulitzer Prize. So
that's awesome.
Wow.
That is the power of media today and what's in your pocket. So, think about that. That's a big deal.
That's awesome.
Wow. Amazing.
That being said, let's just dive into what Brant and I think are some bundles that, if you are a new content creator, you get into the space the first time, will probably be the easiest as far as a learning curve to use in a streaming setup. We agree that from the products that we receive from IK Multimedia, that these things will work. What do you think, Brant?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've used it twice this week. This was one of the things I received was the Irig Lav, and it's got it hooks up to your phone, it hooks up to your computer, it has a headphone out, and then it has this lapel mic. And so I used it this week to do a live stream with Rob Balasabas on Friday from work. I couldn't take my MV7, and I said, I'm going to try this out. And I watched the episodes back, and I feel like I sounded as good as everybody else. And then today I'm in an emergency situation. This saved me. I'm here, doing my my laptop. But just like I was telling you, Strick, you travel a lot. You got doing your stuff with your wife. As things open back up, we're going to probably be doing live events and things like that. You're traveling more, and you're in your hotel room on a Sunday night. We still got to do the show. This thing is easy to carry with you.
Right.
Works with your phone, works with your iPad. I got I've already had this, so I have the little lightning to, the lightning adapter to the headphone jack.
The dongle.
Yeah, and I really, you understand that this right here in your iPhone, if you're rocking an iPhone 12, you're doing 4K, and you've got Wi-Fi, or you don't have to. I mean, if you're just over the cell service, you're live.
Right.
And there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Absolutely
and
love
Brent,
it.
Can I throw something in there at you, Brent? Just a sidebar.
Sure.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Strick. That microphone, the Irig Mic Lav, there's actually a 2-pack of that as well. You get 2 of them in there, and when you connect one to the other one input, the single one goes into the phone. You got both microphones coming in to single.
Wow.
Input. We put that together so you could have an interview with someone wherever you're at. So if you would have took a second microphone with you, you could have done interviews wherever you were. You could have put that lapel in the other person, plugged it into your lapel, and then into the phone, and boom, now you've got instant interview with both people, with both sounds.
And that's one of the things that before the pandemic, I was trying to say, what is the best way to go do an interview at, say, WWDC, or you get invited to VidCon or something like that. And this 2 lapels would be awesome. You can rotate your camera around. All you need is your phone, and you're getting the content. And I don't. It's 4K on your phone.
Exactly.
As long as the audio is good, if you get a chance to interview, I'll tell you a story I had one time. I didn't interview him. This was all the down low. a couple of years ago. It's probably about, it's probably about 10 years ago. I'd met Dave Chappelle. You know, if I had a chance, we had a long conversation. He was super nice. But if I was going to have that chance to have an interview, I would have done it with my phone. And this, I wouldn't have to worry about a mic, right? How often do those opportunities come up? So having this in your pocket, you can carry this, you know, and have it in your bag and just be ready. You know, buy an extra one.
Yeah.
Buy
like
one.
it.
Yeah.
I want everybody to go buy one of these right now and just put it in your backpack for an emergency, because you never know.
You absolutely never know, and I have a product similar to that. You're right, Brant. You want to have it available, and I like the one that IK has. Not only do I like the products, but hey, there my man Chris is. He used the Irig too, and he actually plugged it out in Clubhouse to use it, and it gives a better, clear sound with the microphones that we use in our studio. So that being said, let's take a look at the bundles that we have, and this is actually going online to the IK Multimedia site. And I have the HD bundle that I have in the studio. I'm going to show you in just 1 second. And you have the bundle, or you can also have the one with the lavalier. So one with a handheld mic and another with the lavalier. And these bundles really, really work well when it comes to what they offer. As you can tell there, last week I didn't know how to use the product. I couldn't get it out. And of course, it is an easy turn. It is a really easy turn to get it to stand all the way up. So let me do this really quick so people can see what it looks like here in my studio with that up. See if I can get the right one. I think I have it here. I know it right. No, it's not Ecamm. It's me picking the right scene. The setup is right here. So you'll actually see the setup in it. And this is a side view of what's going on. So I have my iPhone 7, which I have to really work on, because if you use iPhones back, you know, it's a 5, 6, almost 10-year-old phone. Battery's not working well. So I have to get the battery going. But you see the light and you see the microphone here. All right. And this microphone, I really love what it does. The light, I have it on the amber setting, and this is the whole setup with the tripod on a desk to the side of me. And you can tell from the screen here what it looks like. I got it built. It's really, really cool. All right. Wonderful. Can you tell us, Derrick, about this microphone?
Well, we tried to give you something that was easy to use and something that was going to be able to sit up and give you a handheld kind of operation. So you've actually got gain on that little knob in front of you there that you sit there. That's your gain, so you can give it more coming in or coming out. So underneath the gain is actually your headphone output. So gain, for you that are new to the audio world, gain is your input, getting more sound in. So you can get more sound into the microphone or less sound in the microphone. Underneath that is the headphone output, so you can turn up your headphones, because the microphone itself actually acts as what we call an interface. So if you didn't have anything else to plug in, you could plug that in and hear out of the microphone itself. If you flip it to the bottom, you show us the bottom there, Strick, there's a headphone output there, and then there's the connection where you plug that USB right into the computer, and boom, you're ready to rock and roll. So you can plug it into your computer, or you can plug it into your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Mac, or PC. So all of our, almost all of our devices are portable and mobile. What we try to do is give you a hardware device that you can get creative with whatever you've got in your hand. That's our thought. Because sometimes, like you said, Strick, like you said, Brant, sometimes you don't know where you're going to end up. You may get to something and be like, I don't have my laptop, but I got my phone. So our devices will plug into whatever you've got. If you got a phone, plug it into that. If you got a laptop, plug it into that. We want to be able to get that sound and help you stay creative with whatever's going on. So super important in that space.
I mean, I guess I was asleep on IK Media, because, you know, I remember Irigs for, you know, guitar and MIDI devices and all of that, kind of where it started. And then I started looking through the site. You've got tripod adapter. You got a really nice tripod adapter for an iPad, right? To put a full because I'm getting ready to go full iPad Pro. I'm going to do everything on iPad Pro, editing.
You got to go Henny on me, huh?
I'm a big Henny business. Yep, I'm a big Henny business fan. Yep. But now I saw that the tripod adapter that you had that would fit my professional tripods, man, that changes the game. I'll use the iPad to shoot some video, edit.
It does.
And one of my things was I'm in a goal is I wanted to put everything in a backpack, right?
Yeah.
Camera, iPad.
Oh, yeah.
And just be ready to go, And I think that there's a lot of equipment. And the biggest thing about that I noticed, when Strick sent me the video from his kit that he got, I hated to tell him. He probably should not have paid.
Don't say that.
For his Sony. The Sony. It looked as good to me as his Sony setup, and I was telling him it was like $299. It's actually $199.
$199.
Right.
Yeah.
And $199. And we get people ask us all the time, where do I start? Start with this $199 kit, guys, because you already have a phone. You have a phone.
Yep.
I know you got a phone. You got an iPhone or an Android. Just use that to start with. See if you like it. See if you're consistent. See if you want to do this. That's the one, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, share that link. Strick, the blind guy and his wife asked if you have the link to drop into the chat. So if you'll drop that in there, they can see those.
And as you're looking that up, Strick, I just want to remind the watchers that, all of our devices can be in the bundle, or you can buy them separately. And we wanted to try to make them accessible. Not everybody's got $500, $1,000 to go drop on a DSLR or some lighting system, but they may have $100. They may save $200. And we figured if we can get them something in that price range, then they can get almost everything they need. They can get a microphone, they can get a light, they can get a stand. They can get the necessary tools to be able to get that first podcast off the ground. Because we all know you need a microphone, you need a light, and you need a stand to put your phone on. So we figured let's at least give you the must-haves. And like you said, Brant, the kit that you have was only $99. So you could start for $100. You get a lavalier, a light, and a stand. You're ready to start your podcast right there. $100.
Let me say this. I want to interrupt you, Derek, really quick about this microphone. And I'm working with somebody right now who is having issues with a audio interface. This microphone, I want to get the name right. The Irig HD2 microphone. I've already tested this mic. I love the sound that you get out of this. Not only that, with it having the headphone at the bottom, you're able to monitor what you sound like as well. And it comes with 3 different cables to connect to your computer. However you're connecting to your computer, this solves the interface problem, and it gives you a nice quality sound, okay? Inside of the packet, I will say this. There's always something you can add. You do have this microphone here, and even with my desktop, it's still low to me. There are ways to get the mic closer, or if you're one of those people like me, this is where I started, okay? I started like this. I started holding the mic. Guess what? You got to guess? Huh? Say what? What you say? Okay, I got it. Now you say that? And you're able to go. Now, if you're online, just get it as close to you as you can. It's going to be able to pick up the sound. It has a really nice quality sound, and it has no need for an interface. Connects directly to your phone, directly to your computer, and you got a microphone that you can use. I love this setup. So for $199, you get the ring light, you get a holster for your phone or your camera, and you are ready to go. So Brandon's already said it. I'm just going to echo the fact. I'm holding this microphone like I'm talking into it. I'm just used to that. Echo the fact that we're going to be, recommending this pack to beginners. And the interface could be really, really tricky. And you know what? It depends on what kind of computer you're using. All right. So if you don't have the strongest, latest, and greatest computer, the interface could actually have problems connecting. This microphone is not going to have that problem.
The other thing that I always want to tell everybody is we say it's a beginner's, but think of it as it's your starting place. But you go up to that next camera, this becomes a B camera. This becomes your mobile setup. I was
going to say, don't ever count out your first stuff because it's always added camera.
No.
Everything comes together. You add it all together.
It all comes together. You think, and I wanted people to realize this for maybe, it's probably been 15 years ago when I worked in live TV. I would have to take a satellite truck or a microwave truck, right? With all of the BNC connectors, $2,000 and $3,000, $30,000 E&G cameras,
Yeah.
just to do a live show from. I mean, we used to do some live shows from local clubs or bars, and I mean, it was a massive amount of money and equipment, and now you can just do it with a $199 Irig and your phone, right?
There you go.
And everybody's doing it, and what really surprised me is I've been out of the TV game for a long time, and I called. I got a live remote for a client of mine, and the camera guy showed up. They had the Wi-Fi kind of rigs in their backpack, but they're all using their iPhones for IFBs. They're calling back to the station, and they're using the Wi-Fi and internet. No more satellite trucks, no more microwave trucks. So you have the same thing. If you're a journalist, let's say you want to be a journalist, I'm going to give you some use cases. You want to be a journalist, and you want to go cover your local events. There's a protest or whatever. You want to go cover it. You could do it with this equipment, and it would be totally legit. Maybe you want to start a local lifestyle show for your town, and you want to go interview restaurants, or you want to go to the local jazz night and interview people there. This equipment could do that for you, and you could stream live to Facebook, live to YouTube, right from your phone.
Yeah, that's awesome, Brant.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Brant. Helping people out with information, and I'm actually in the chat right now putting up this link. So for people that want to know more about this product, you can go to this link that we're going to put on the YouTube channel conversation, so everybody can get it over there.
So one of the things I would like to...
I'm sorry, Brant. Go ahead.
Well, we've talked a lot about some Irig products. I want to know more about Derrick. How did Derrick get into multimedia and music and streaming and TV? I know Strick and I are old TV people, or he's a radio guy, I'm a TV guy. So.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that was a big mouthful of, hey, what do you do, or where'd you come from kind of thing. But I am, believe it or not, I've been with Ecamm Multimedia for over 20 years. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Like,
that's
wow,
awesome.
Really? Like, and I'm a musician, singer, songwriter by trade. That's my love, is music. And I came from a bank. I was the kid that worked at the local bank in the area. I worked my way up to assistant manager. I thought I was somebody, but I was like, no, I want to do this music thing really bad. So I ended up getting a job at a wonderful place called Sweetwater, which you guys all know that place.
Right.
And I spent my first 8 years of learning the retail music landscape there. And I went from Sweetwater to Ecamm Multimedia, and I've been there ever since. So I've met so many great people on the way. And Ecamm Multimedia really started off as just our CEO started off as a software company making tools that were emulating hardware. So he began making software applications. Ecamm Multimedia is a software and hardware company. You would better call us maybe a music technology company with products that are based on helping you stay creative with whatever you do. So whether it be on a computer or a phone, we make apps. So if you see our software products, they also are software products on your phone as well. We make interfaces, keyboards, you name it. And I fell in love with all that stuff. So it's like, wow, this is just the best job ever to be able to work for this company and learn about all the things that we do. And I became a product specialist for them. And then I became a sales manager. So now I'm out here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our company is based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I moved out here about 3 years ago. And I've been working on the YouTube channel for about 2 years now. And it's just been a labor of love, growing one subscriber at a time, right?
That's how we do
everybody. It's you're looking for the big break and the whole thing. And if you're just starting your channel today, it's one video at a time, one subscriber at a time, one view at a time. It does come. Don't quit if you don't see it come in some crazy, fantastic way. One video at a time. So
that's
love
awesome.
It. I love it. I love it. That being said, I think it's a great transition time for the Ecamm behind the stream. I would love to be able to get more information about your setup here. And since I kind of have the camera already on you and you're big here, can we do the behind the stream now? And we start with the audio portion of what you have, the microphone, interface, that kind of thing.
Well, I'm going to hit my Ecamm Stream Deck button here. Oh, God, I was just going to show you the rest of what you're looking at right here. So let's push the button, let you see what we got. Here is what we're looking at. This is my desk. My wife always says I feel like I'm at Mission Central and like everything's gadgets in the front. But this
love it.
As you can see, it's all music based. My keyboard is here. My keyboard's over here. But everything around me is all geared up as far as getting this focal point right in front of the camera right here, which is the Canon M50, the Nifty 50. Thank you, Diana. If you're listening to this episode, Diana Catholic, she was talking about that camera for so long when I first got started doing the YouTube thing. I'm like, I gotta get this camera. So I bought the Canon. But you said audio first. So audio first is the SM7B.
Gotcha.
I know a lot of people use it. I mean, it's kind of like going to the podcast mic, but I originally bought it for vocals because I'm a singer.
Me too. I'm a singer as well.
There you go. So I bought it I bought it because I needed a great vocal mic. Tell them, Strick, it's an amazing vocal mic.
It is. Right? It is an amazing mic.
So are those IK speakers in the corner? Yes, they both are. We'll talk about that in a second for audio. Again, this is all stuff that circles my space. The microphone is going into this little thing right here I'm pointing to. Can you see that on the screen? You can kind of see it a little bit, but
yeah, we can see it a little bit.
That's Irig Pre. That's one of our devices, and it's just a simple preamp that I can plug into anything. Now, I have interfaces. You see I got stuff back here, but I love this because it's super easy. And if I got to move somewhere or I got to go and take my phone and film somewhere, I'm getting the same sound. You know what I mean? I'm not changing preamps. So when I go and film somewhere on location, I don't want to have a different sound than I have in here. I want to have the exact same preamp here.
Love it.
So this little thing is $99, man, and it's got 48 own headset in. I can hear them talking and hear me talking at the same time in the headset.
Okay, when you grabbed it and something actually moved, you may have changed the mic.
A setting.
I see that. Are you back? 1, 2, 3, am I back?
There we go. We're back now.
Yeah. I think I moved the cable when I got
Yeah.
But it's just simple USB. So again, just like you, Brant, you get those cables, you can take this with you and go wherever you want to go. So easy stuff. And this, you asked, go ahead.
Yeah, so we got the microphone, we got the interface. Right. So now tell me about your camera lens setup again.
Okay, so camera is the Canon M50. The lens is the Sigma that everybody talks about. And I wanted it to be, they tell you, I guess it was 5 hands forward from where you're supposed to be in front of the camera. So it's pretty close to me, so I can reach out and touch it.
That's good. Is that 16?
Yeah, 16.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's going into the Elgato Cam Link, the FireWire port of that, and then I've got it going USB as well. I've got both things going in it just to be safe, and I've got it plugged into the power source so it doesn't click off on me when the power goes. So it's always plugged in. You've got the lights around me. There's 2 of them. This was only this little light kit, because there's 2 of these long lights, was only $100. I got it on Amazon, and it came with remote controls. So nice. And there's warm, cold, white. You can change the temperature. You can auto turn them both on, off, and it came with the stands and this little cloth thing. Yeah, so you couldn't beat that, right? I'm like, that's a winner. I'll take it.
You remember the brand?
What kind? Yeah.
Say that again.
You remember the brand?
I do not, but I'll look it up and send it over to you. I'll send it to your people.
Awesome.
I'll definitely
Our people. My people.
It was only $100. I would have to, I could look at my Amazon history.
No, that's fine. You can send it to us. Right, no, I think that's great. I love the. I'm a budget guy, right? I mean, I've run a production company. It's funny because I ran a production company with my wife, and my wife she's worked in very high levels of video production, and her lights, she has to have Kino lights. They're awesome. Yeah. They've last forever, but that's a hard place to start out at. So now technology has gotten so good and so inexpensive. You really can't go too bad with some of the deals on Amazon, right? With LED.
Yeah, man, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm gonna look it up and find just so I can send it to you. So even with that, the lighting was inexpensive. The other thing he asked about was the speakers. Both of those speakers are Ecamm Multimedia speakers. The small ones, these are a must-have if you're doing a simple set on the road. Like Brant, like if you were doing a film shoot and you were going to do a setup and you need to have monitor set up, these are Bluetooth, number one, but they sound amazing. They're really ridiculous. So if you and they have a really clean bass response. So it's like you're listening to a nice full boom boom. You know, it's ridiculous. I won't get technical. I'll just say they sound really clean, really full.
Awesome.
And the bass response is amazing. So you definitely got to check those out. The ones next to them is the next upgrade to our iLoud series called Iloud Mtm. And those are the ones you can actually calibrate. You get a calibration microphone that you actually calibrate the sound frequencies in your room.
Wow.
And they tune out all the bad frequencies in your room. So when I listen, I'm hearing the room completely tuned when I listen to stuff back in the space. So do you need those for a super expensive set? Not necessarily, but as you work up to what you're looking for and what you're listening for, that's your next level of quality up that we have those in the space as well.
I think for what I do as far as video editing and stuff like that, yes, good audio would be always great to have. And if you're an audio recording person, singing vocals, you know, a jazz flautist, you need to have some great audio feedback.
Right.
And you can't get away without having the Stream Deck. I know we all have this thing, but it really is like a godsend, right? You can. I don't know what we did when we didn't have it, but this was only $99 too, right? It was pretty inexpensive. It wasn't that much.
Right, you 15 button.
Right. Yeah. I got the small one, so you know, and I've got everything queued up here, so I can flip through and let you guys see how this thing comes together when you've got your overlays and they're all there. You build them in, they look good. I'm just pushing buttons, you know.
Right.
Make it look good when I have guests on, you know. You can build whatever you want to build and make it look pretty. And man, for $100 to be able to do that at my hand when I can focus on my guests and still have that there is amazing. It's a must do for me for sure.
And what computer are you running this all through?
Now here you go. This is a older laptop. It's 2017, and it's a quad core, 16 gigs of RAM on it. So it gets the job done, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get that M1. Everybody's telling me that the M1 is the way to go. But believe it or not, it's running 3 screens. It was running 4. The screen behind me, I had it attached to the laptop too, so I had all 4 screens running off the one machine. But over the last probably 2 months, it started to choke a little bit on me. It was like, you're putting too much on me, Daddy. I can't take it. So I had to let go of that monitor back there, you know.
So, Derrick, what got you into Ecamm? How did you stumble into that?
Wow. That was another Diana thing, too. I was watching what she was using. And then I saw Henny, and he's amazing. Like, there was a couple people that were really talking about it, and I'm like, I got to just try this thing out.
Right.
And once I got it into it, I love it. It's streamlined. It's easy. It's not overthought. You know what I mean? Some applications, you got to go 9 places to get where. This one's, it's all in the same place for me, so it helps me think straight through. I think it thinks like me. I guess you want to say it that way, but it's just flawless for me. And all the things you can do with it really make you feel professional, even if you're not. Even, you know, if you get Ecamm, you can be as professional as Brent was with all those cameras and all those screens when he would do those shoots, right, Brent?
Right.
I mean, if you get a laptop, an Ecamm, and a Stream Deck, you can direct just like Brent would direct if he was directing a TV show. Am I telling the truth, guys? Help me out.
That was a Grass Valley switcher, probably $200,000, right? And just $25 a month for Ecamm, and I got the $6.
And you're ready to go.
I got the $699 bare budget M1 Mac Mini, and I would it'll handle everything. So
everything.
It's crazy what you can do today. It is just amazing.
I'm gonna have to get that M1. I gotta get permission from the boss though.
Yeah, you might want to check with the boss.
You might wait for that. You gotta wait for that new 16-inch MacBook. You might just wait a little bit.
So, as part of the Ecamm behind the stream, there's a couple of questions that I have for you. First question is, what piece of equipment that you have right now, of course, other than Ecamm, do you like best? Like, I'm really proud of this piece of equipment in my setup. What would that be?
Wow, that's hardcore. Other than my camera, because I do love the Canon. I do love it.
It doesn't have to be other than your camera. Like that could be
whatever
it.
you want. Yeah.
Well, other than that's the Stream Deck. I just think that it's when you and you guys will echo this, when you're producing a show by yourself and you have someone on the other end, or you're trying to see what's happening and you want to move screens, it's hard to do alone without some kind of remote to be able to see the scenes you want and flip things through and have the podcast be fluid instead of just one screen. So the Stream Deck really helps me get that done, and you preset and you pre-program the whole thing before you even get started, so you're not like you're winging it, but you know where all the things are. So for me, it's just a must-have when you're producing on your own. Am I saying that wrong?
No, that's right.
No, that's great.
That's actually
That's
good.
a must-do for me.
So let me ask you this next question. Other than the M1, because you've already said, hey, I'm thinking about that. Is there another thing that you would like to add to your setup, another product, another piece of equipment, another software that you would like to download to add to your setup now, something you've been dreaming about?
You know what? No. Believe it or not. I kind of think like Brent. I've got everything I need right here. I just want to make good content. You know, I think sitting with this camera, here's the thing that a lot of people, a lot of professionals and beginners make the mistake of, is they don't learn the equipment they have well first before they buy something else.
Gotcha.
I agree.
Can you help me out with that?
Yeah.
So I feel like I have this Canon and this 16-inch Sigma, 16-thing Sigma. You know, I got all this gear in front of me. You see my setup. I have everything I need. I could buy some more stuff or buy some different lighting or whatever, but I'm thinking if I sit with my stuff long enough, I'll make it sing. You know,
That's
so
good.
I need to do a little bit more work than go and buying some more toys. The only way I'd buy the M1 is because I know it's going to give me more horsepower for Ecamm, and if I'm doing an interview with 2 or 3 people, you know, you want that little kick, but I don't need it because I'm not doing a good job here. I need it just for more horsepower. Does that make sense?
It does.
That makes a lot of sense. I just want to say one thing that you haven't talked about yet that just stands out to me, and that's the Soji screens in the background with the backlighting. I love those. I think that is awesome. I mean, you've built a really nice set there. I think it's great.
Appreciate that, man. It's you know what it is? I work at this desk all day. So this is my IK desk. This is where I'm at for IK Multimedia 8-9 hours a day. And then I flip the switch and I turn the lights on, and then it becomes the Beautiful Now desk. Believe it or not, those lights are off all day. And then when I switch hats, so to speak, I turn my lights on. It gives me kind of a vibe, kind of a space.
No, that's good. That's great.
And that one on this side is actually the vocal booth. That's where I have a microphone back there and a stand. I have another SM7B back there. And I put some foam on the walls over there. So when I was singing, this is the studio, I would sing in that corner and come back to my desk and record, you know, the whole thing. So
listen,
it's a functional room.
That's what's up. I'm going to steal that from Strick. That's
what's up.
A great setup. I think
it's got to be functional, right, yo?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, and you've probably been doing this way before COVID, so COVID was nothing for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at my desk, and this is where I sit all day long, and I'll turn over here. I've got keyboards so I can make some music if I want to. There's another controller down here, which is my hardware, the firmer controller, you know, the hard disk one. And then there's a lighter one, which is the IK one right in front of me. So you got IK stuff everywhere, but I want to be able to create quickly. So it's not about buying something super expensive. It's just about something that's functional for me that I can get and create quickly wherever I'm going, whether it's music or video.
And I will say this. I know I'm a huge Henny the Business fan, and my daughter plays piano, and I was trying to, you know, explain to her about using these mini devices, and I was, you know, we were pricing them and everything, and I stumbled across, after you sent us all the IK media stuff, I was looking at all the keyboards and stuff. You guys have really... I mean, you got some really expensive stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Like some of the speakers and stuff are legit. But you guys are so affordable. I think it's amazing. It's a great place to be, is to be affordable and good quality. Exactly. Right? And not
like the controller here is $129. This controller right here, it plugs into your phone or your Mac and PC. Again, it's completely portable. So all of our devices, we try to think, whatever you're doing, you can plug it in. Because you just never know where you're going to be. So I could take this keyboard and plug it into my cell phone and create tracks on my cell phone.
Yep, I'm going to have to get one of those for my daughter and let her try to push to that.
And we make the apps that give you the sound. So you can buy our Sample Tank app, which has all the sounds you want, or our Amplitude app, which is, of course, the guitar effects modeling software. Or you can get, you know, our Mixbox, which is our mixing software, all on your iPad. So we try to give you everything you're looking for.
All right, Strick, you heard that. He's got everything now. I'm ready for you've said this in the last 2 shows, and I think you said in a couple of your Strick City Live shows what a great singer you are. So I'm waiting for the album.
So
Come on, Strick, you got this.
Of course, I'm not going to sing right now. Like,
come on, Strick, you got this.
Listen, no, I have to get. I get paid for singing. Okay. That being said, I've done my research, Derrick. So I know you also have some of your music up online. Tell us about some of the songs and singles you've done.
Oh man, he's going all over the place. Look at
no,
this
like I mean, we gotta be able to get it right. Is this not your album
he went
cover?
there. Wow.
Huh? Is this not you?
He went there. Wow, you so went there. Oh my goodness.
I don't want to play it because I don't want a copyright claim on me. But this is part of your music, man. That's what's up. Like you got a couple of tracks here that people could listen to. Y'all go research this. He's got the whole nine.
Look at this guy.
Post that link up, Strick. If you get a chance, post it in the comments.
You telling all my business.
He's got a topic, he's got an artist topic page. My guy's doing this.
No, that's just up there to put the music somewhere so you can, so you don't have to, at least can hear it from somewhere. But the music side, I haven't pursued as much as of late. I got to tell you the truth. When I got here to Charlotte, the video thing took over. With I work working a day job and having the wife and so much going on in church, and I'm real active at my church and I have a men's group, and there's a ton of stuff going on, so I don't always get to do music too. But like you, Strick, we're creative, so we create where it's coming out of at that point.
Can we not get a sample of it? You get the keyboarders right there. Is it not plugged into the system?
Come on,
you can at least play or something. I'm not gonna put you on blast to sing, but you can at least play something for us. Let us hear what it sounds like over there.
You know what I won't do, because we're on a stream. I don't want to throw something in here and it mess up what's going on with
There
Ecamm.
You go. See what he's saying?
Because I got all this stuff happening. Right. If it wasn't Ecamm on and I didn't have all these cameras and lights on, I would rock it for you. But
I got it.
So what we're going to do, we're offline, we'll have to get with Derrick, because I used to sing in high school. I was I did music theater in college, so we Strick and Derrick and I, we could do a group. An album.
Come on, Boys to Men. We got this.
There you go.
Boys to Men. Come on now.
Philly.
No, let me just call. Hey, we'll just call Sean and we'll break it all back. We'll have 4 of us. We'll call Sean.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
You call Sean, I'm there.
Hey, all I gotta say is, guys, I sing all the notes, so don't get in my way. I sing all the notes at one time.
Oh wow!
No, but you got that deep. You got that deep voice. You could be like,
Come on, Strick.
Yeah,
drop us a line real quick. Drop us a line.
Apparently, you guys haven't watched all of my material because I don't sing. I don't sing online at all.
You don't dance either.
I don't dance. Well, you say, Brant, we just make money moves.
That's right. We make money
moves. I was waiting for Strick to break it down. Come on, Strick. He has something in there for me.
I'm sorry, sir. It's not happening.
Oh man. Hey, if you sing, I'll sing. Go ahead, break it down. Drop me a note.
I can't. I'm literally, I can't do it. Brant is the singer, dancer, and entertainer of the group, not me. I'm sorry.
Strick is bailing on us, Brant.
Listen, I don't want to let you down. I'm not a singer, man. I wish I was. I'll
tell you what. One night we'll have to get on. I've done this during the pandemic. My daughter and I did this 2 nights, and it was a lot of fun. We just did a karaoke night in the Ecamm community.
That'd be fun.
It was a lot of fun. So we should do that, Derrick.
Count me in.
Have some fun.
I'm in.
We'll have some fun.
And we got to get Keith Pelzer in as well. Get Keith in to kind of play. He'll play and sing. He may not sing, but he'll definitely play.
Right. There's a lot of... I'm telling you, this is one thing I always say about Ecamm and this community is I told Strick the other day, I said, do you understand that we interviewed... This is how I like, 7 degrees of separation. I said, we interviewed Henny the Business. And we're going to interview Derrick. And Derrick interviewed Sean. And the first thing out of Sean's, when you start interviewing, you guys were both talking about Henny. I was like, we're in the right group of people, right? There's some talented people in here. Now, they're a little more talented than us, but,
No, man. I wouldn't say that. I think creatives hang with creatives.
That's true.
That's kind of how I look
That's
at
true.
it. You know, it's
That's
not
true.
like someone's better or worse. Sean's amazing, but he's a creative at what he does. But we do what we do, and we do us well. So,
Right.
you know, I wouldn't say that's not a good or bad. It's just they do them well, we do us well. So I always try to keep that in my mind. I don't want celebs to be like they're above me in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
No, no.
Because they're people.
they're-
Because they're people.
You know, they're celebs because they got paid at doing something well. It didn't make them better at what I do. It made them better at what they do. Does that make sense?
It does.
No, yeah, it does. And over the years, I've worked with a lot of celebrities too, and you just,
Yeah.
you know, when it's professional, you have to be that,
Oh,
you know, you have to be that person, and you know, do your job and don't be a fanboy.
But don't, yeah, I've
but, yeah.
fanboyed out. Don't get me wrong. I've fanboyed out quite a few times. Don't let me lie. Alkin says it would be perfect. You know, Sean was a biggie. I fanboyed
Sean
out on
was a
Fred
man.
Hammond. Fred Hammond was amazing.
That's
John
awesome.
P. Key was amazing. Sinbad was amazing. There was so
So let
many
me-
that I'm.
Let me
Right.
ask you about. I mean, I'm sure you probably have a lot of connections from IK Media over the years, and I want to ask this because Strick's really good at getting our guests, and I was the one who was really, I figured out a way to get to Henny. How do you get these guests? So what do you tell other people out there that want to aspire to interview top-notch talent? What do you do to get to those people?
Well, I have a built-in system with Ecamm Multimedia, so I can't always say, "Oh, go do this." It means that, because that's
Right.
just not true. I'd be lying if I said that. And because of the company I've worked for, and I've been in the industry for a long time, I've met a lot of people connected. But
Gotcha.
I will say, it's always good to email the person that you want to talk to. They always have either an assistant or an email that someone they could talk to about, and you'd be surprised how they may respond. So if there's a guest that you think, oh, they would never email me back, email them.
Right.
Send them a message. Send them a snippet of what you do. Tell them why you're doing it. A lot of times people will give back, even if you're not some big channel. They say, you know what, that guy was super nice, or the segment he sent me was great, or, you know, I wouldn't mind going on that channel and helping him out. So don't feel like you can't approach someone, because most people are pretty kind about it. So, and I've done that a couple times as well.
I'll say that's 100% because I think it was another person got us connected to Henny and emailed him a couple times. He was very gracious and became on the show. So, you know, I thought that was a pretty big deal for us. I think it was like the 6th episode in. So we weren't a huge channel and a lot of followers or anything, but he liked what we did, and it was great, and it was a great show. And now we got Derrick on, so that's awesome.
And we
like
have
we said
some.
in the beginning. Go ahead.
We have some more things we're going to do with you as well, and I'm excited about an opportunity for us to kind of get together and support what you're doing, because I think more people, even in the Ecamm community, needs to see what you're doing and support you. And I think from IK Multimedia, more people need to know about the products that you guys have. So it's a
for
purpose.
sure.
It's a purpose to get you out there to actually help the community, because they're. I just think the products, based on the price point and how the quality that they are, from what I've been able to test, I think it's worth it for them to know more about you guys.
Appreciate that. And you can email me if you want more information about what you've learned today. And it's simple. It's Derrick, my name, .Floyd, Floyd, at ikmultimedia.com. I'll be glad to help you out however I can.
Love it.
Be glad to help out however I can.
Derrick, hold on just a second for me. Brant, man, what an awesome day, sir. You know,
Awesome.
What an awesome show for us to be able to bring Derrick on for IK Multimedia to talk about his products, to talk about his webpage and all the things that he's been able to do out there. It just kind of adds to, if you're watching this show today, do not put yourself in a box, because Derrick is showing you, like, you can be outside of the box in whatever you do, whether you're representing a company, or if you want or have a message that you want to get out to the people, you could do that as well.
Yeah, and also realize that just like Derrick, just like me, just like Strick, you know, we all want to, you know, we all hear these stories. We read all these things about the Mr. Beast or these huge YouTube creators that made it big. A lot of us are out here working 2 or 3 jobs, making it a point to do our to be ourselves. Like, this is our passion. We probably don't get paid what we feel like we deserve, but this is what we love to do. It's what we want to do. So if you're passionate about that, Derrick shows you right there. You can make time to carve out some, that part of yourself and weave that into your life. And sometimes streaming isn't about making money. It just fulfills this creative need and camaraderie and community that you're maybe not getting around you. For me, I know there's not a lot of people that are in my circle locally that are creative like I am, but I got Strick, right? I got Derrick's, and I got all these people that I feel like I'm never alone. I got Rob Balasabas, and everybody that I can count on to kind of feed that need that I want for this kind of content.
That's really cool and well said. Hey guys, Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, it is the stream show. And did I say that right? It's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
6 p.m. Central.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I have, we started doing Eastern Time, but it's, you're Central Time, right?
Yep, I am Central Time, but we also have people that watch us in London, Australia. One of the things I've learned about streaming is you got to look at the clock sometimes, to see where everybody else is at. So it's really powerful to think that we can touch so many people.
And we have some guests coming up next week that I think you're going to love as well. I'm not going to drop it right now, but be looking out on our Facebook page. So you'll see the update, the new thumbnail, and a reminder coming up this week of who we're having on the show. And thanks again to Ecamm as we do the behind the stream. They're sponsoring that, and more information to come about those videos as well. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. Brant, it's always good to see you, sir.
We'll see you later.